and we're gonna pull up Lumia and Social Streamlabs so we get those immediately pulled up on screen. I want to make sure we're live, guys. We lost power for a good portion of the night. All right, looks like I'm getting a few things connected here. What? All right, yo, Dalton, you're here. Let's go, dude. Yes, get the tunes going, man. Dude, holy cow! I was out of power for like an hour there. Dude, now, oh, here we go. Now we can get right back into it, man. Now I can go through. I'm gonna make some quick edits. You're literally gonna see it here, but I'm just gonna make some quick edits on my stream. Dude, I can't believe I'll do it. I'll do it, dog. Beacons, a Gondor, lit. Dude, thank you so much for the sharing that. Let's go, man. Hell the beacons, yeah. A Gondor, lit. Hell yeah. The beacons are lit, guys. The beacons are lit. You don't have yours yet? Give me a minute. Bet. Bet, Dalton. Let's go, dude. Maybe. Here we go. Dude, I'm just so happy I have my power back. Now I can play a little bit of KOTOR before I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna push this probably till 10 o'clock tonight. You're here? Keep pausing? Hold on, keep pausing? Keep pausing? Yeah, Sad, yeah, let's go, man. Dude, I finally got my power back. Finally. A gift of honor. The fellowship grows richer. Gifts coming through. Thank you so much, Sand, for the gifts, man. A gift of honor. The fellowship grows richer. Hey, there it is again. Again. Oh, Dalton saying to keep holding. Bet. I'm holding. I'm holding. Perfect. And then I need... where is it? I'm gonna test something here. I'm gonna change those tunes. White Lotus is pretty nice. There we go. Okay, there we go. Connect to the live chat. Refresh current. All right. I don't know what I did with my deal, but I think I basically have like a chat box open so I could see stuff for that, which is nifty. I'm just stick it on up here. Dude. Oh, there it is. There it is. One. Oh, bet. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yo, I wonder if Sand, were you here when I was talking about my new command? Said your sis just graduated from her phlebotomy class yesterday. It was a blast. Dude, hell yeah. Congrats to her, man. That's dope. Let's go. All right. Now I can get stuff pulled up on my end, and we'll be able to get stuff going here before long. Ooh, sand. So the blink was amazing. Dude, let's go, Dalton. Dalton's feeling it now. You know he is. Dude, hell yeah. Oh. So my idea, Sand. So let's say we just go to our live scene, right? Now here we are, right? Now Sand, in chat, type in !! blinker. But yes, this is a new command I am currently in the works of making. And when it's all said and done, see, it switched my scene. That command switches my live stream scene. Just from typing the command in, I don't have to do anything on my end. It just does it on its own, which is really cool. I think what I eventually wanted to have do is basically when the command is then ending, it switches me back to my live. So it's like I get like let's say 10 seconds or something, you know, like it just happens real quick, hit the blinker, and then it just returns back to normal. But dude, like I can't wait to like have it fully working, functioning. But like Sand, so with this command specifically, at some point I will have it set up to where only Dalton can use it, and he can only use it once per stream. So he can pick and choose his moments, whether it's like at the very start when it says stream is starting, or maybe he wants to do it at some big hype moment, dude. Like that's what I'm thinking. And then also I need to work on green screen, left arm right here. Now that's kind of yanking back here a little bit. Scooch it just a smidge. Alright, I don't know, maybe that'll help too. Oh yeah, that kind of cleaned up the fuzzies there, but then we got a little bit going on back here. Gonna even move the light back a little. Oh, that's not bad. There we go. My only goal was to kind of clear that up there, but yeah, we are good to go. I said only Dalton's control. I'm 100% on board with that. He's got unlimited power. Dude, it's gonna be so dope. Alright, guys, now I can finally pull up some KOTOR. But yeah, dude, I'm so hyped. It was such a cool like idea I had earlier. I like ended up getting just a little bit of extra time off from work, so I was trying to mess with my different third-party apps that can control some of that stuff. And I just had some cool ideas, and I was like, wait, what if? I was like, oh man, Dalton's all about his blinkers. I'm like, what if there's a command? What if there's a command that could really just have him have like, you know, complete control of my stream for just a little bit, you know? Cackles and palp. Dude. You thought of Dude, I thought it'd be so dope. It crossed my mind earlier today. Cause you're always like 3, 2, 1 blinker. So I was like, dude, I gotta incorporate something like that into the stream. Whether it's like something as simple as just like popping up like doing like a little event type deal. And what's really cool is with Lumia's stream, I can incorporate an entire sequence of events, which is really cool. Where it'll just trigger one event after another, after another, after another. But dude, so I need to get your info. I send blinkers daily, lol. Let's go. Probably more than me. But anyways, guys,
it is too late to retreat, Admiral.
We got it going. We got it going. Alright. There we go. There we go. I got it working. I got it working. Kendra, what's going on? Welcome back. Actually, a really sweet thought you made it tonight. Let's go. No, like it got me super hyped thinking about it. I was like, oh, this would be so cool. Figure out how to route this cord. There it is. There it is. See, like you can take absolute advantage of this one tonight, just because I don't have it fully working yet. Let's go. It's like now if I just would have, I'll eventually have a countdown saying. So the plan is, oh, what did I do here on my screen? There we go. The plan is, so the way I want it to work is it instantly switches to this screen here, right? Because then you can immediately see lights flashing in the background, whether it's behind me on the GoPro or on the backside of my green screen. It's like you will see lights flashing, and the plan is to have a giant countdown right in the middle, right down there. Don't ignore that camera, but like right down here in the corner or right in the middle, have a giant countdown that says 3, 2, 1. And then it pops up with the image. and I even had what was it? Oh, I had it right here. Okay. So like this was just like something I just randomly found online. I just added in blinker alert, the letters in Photoshop, but you could have something like that just randomly pop up for a little bit. He's getting me into it little by little. Oh, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And then watch this. I can take control back. All right, where was I even? I don't even remember where I was at here. But yeah, like there's really cool stuff you can do with like my end and the stuff that I'm messing with. It's just amazing like what this stuff can do for within a stream. It's like it's insane. I didn't even know some of this stuff was possible. Loving it, keeping it up. Hope to see you around more. Yeah, let's go. All right. Now I gotta see what we even got. What do I gotta do next? Oh, I just made the choice. Okay. So I think I have to put the environmental suit back on. Go back out the pressure door.
No problem.
This is gonna be nerve-wracking too. This is the furthest I've ever made it in this game. Begin airlock sequence. Yep. Let's do it. Wish you could do like exclamation point purple and do the room that color and make a lightsaber noise.
Didn't work.
I could easily do like a lightsaber sound effect that plays, or it could even be like a voice counting down, and then when the image pops up, a lightsaber, it's like a lightsaber effect kind of plays in the background, like you hear the noise of a lightsaber. And I could make my lights, I think I can make them turn purple. I think I could just do something like that. Oh, what do I got going here? Oh boy, okay, sonic emitter. Where do I gotta go from here? Ooh, that's gonna be tough, okay. Well, so it's hard to incorporate those things because it has to change the screen. At least not free use for anyone. Dude, it's kind of wild though. I mean, there's stuff that I didn't even know I could do with this application. And you start incorporating certain things that are Bluetooth, like my lights. I have Govee light bulbs in and a Gobi strip light in the back. Those are Bluetooth, which is super cool. So it's like it uses that Bluetooth connectivity. Figured it'd be difficult, so you just assume all computer stuff is. Gotcha. Dude, I don't even know where I'm running now. It's the KOTOR control panel. Hey. I think I save here. This is a pretty good spot to save. There we go. Personally, don't want to look at anything but what I'm looking at now. Gotcha. Let's go. Okay, let's see what we can do here at this control panel. Feed toxin into vents. You could just kill this thing. Access fuel tank pressure control. To the screen, setup is peak. To switch to the 4-part screen is hard to look at. Listen. Gotcha. Gotcha, Sand. Dude, I do, man. I got some tough choices. I'm just gonna access the fuel tank pressure control. I saved right before this, so we're safe. Oh, dude, let's see what's this actually do here. Fuel injector pod at 0 of 3 million. Container pod at 0 of 5 million. Said, please don't poison the animals. Which I did. I did save. Yeah, I did that. I did it right before I walked up to the little computer. To the whole deal in front of me. But yeah, dude. I got it. I did it this time. I actually did it this time. Alright, command query. Display pressure status. Fill injector pod. Fill container pod. There it is again. Godspeed. Oh, you're saying this is math? Dude, let's go. Then yeah, I shouldn't have allowed that. LOL, I'm obsessed. Dude, that's awesome. That's why I was saying, man, like, of all nights, tonight's the night to do it. Because right now it's broke until I'm able to work on it tomorrow. Which is gonna be sick. Because then I can get the cap put on it. But yeah. Okay, so display pressure status. Let me look at that again. It's 0 and 0, okay. Fill container pod, fill injector pod. Oh shit. So once a day is perfect, no one will ever notice. Expect the people you need to. Gotcha. Dude, that's why I was thinking, like, yeah, and every time Dalton uses it, he's gonna use it at the most perfect time in the stream. And sometimes, sometimes it's gonna be to, like, every once in a while it's gonna be to, like, he's gonna really try to mess me up or mess with me. Like, if I'm in, like, a intense moment in the game. It's gonna make me laugh more than anything. It'll be great. But I don't know. Fill container pod? Container pod. 5 out of 5. Okay, fuel injector is at 0 out of 3. So it's one of those puzzles. You use 2 containers to empty and fill to get to a certain amount. Okay. Transfer from container to injector. That's what I imagine we'd use. You'll zone out on KOTOR until you hear an opportunity. Dude, hell yeah. Alright. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and just try this and see what happens. So, we transferred. I guess just dump the container pod out, fill the container pod, and we're good to go. So you can fill each container or transfer in the container to another or empty a container. See, I think I got it down. Here's all I do. And then fill container pod. And it should go to 5. And now we're at 3 of 3 and 5 of 5. Or is that not what I'm shooting for? Here it is, read the things. It says nominal harvester status. Hydrolium unstable at 4 million. Pressure would rupture container pod. Oh, so I can only have 4 million total? In your inventory about the quests. Oh, what up, Alex? Welcome back, man. You need 4 in the big one. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I literally did not mean to click on that. I wanted to abort, man. There we go. Go back to, I want to read the, is it part of the active quests? Okay. So, she says that you need to get the pressure of the harvesting machine's fuel tanks to exactly 4 million Sanjin. At this pressure, the fuel will be extremely unstable and explode. Just get 4 into the big one, that's it. Damn. Alright. Another warrior joins the fellowship. Let's go. Hey, user, thank you so much for the follow. Let's go. All right, so we dump container pot? No, fill transfer. I guess that gets us 2. And then what was it? Dump injector? Oh, he ran it. He ran it. He did it. He ran it. I did a small one. It's the quick Ripsky. There we go. There we go. Back to it. Back to it, Dalton. So wait, are you gonna link every time? I mean, that was just like a real quick for me. I cannot blink right now. Blink, not link, but if you wanna. So I think I needed to display pressure stats again. I forgot what it was. We got a Dave real quick. Sounds good, Sand. Okay, so now I'm at 2, but I need 4. Dude, I don't even know. Oh, okay. Okay. I have an idea. Okay. Fill injector. Transfer from injector to container. What up, Marco? Said thoughts on the game? Dude, it's had a sick. I'm gonna be honest. They really drew me in with the plot more than anything. I will say some of the force abilities have been really sick. But aside from that, I mean, I definitely have like a different preference when it comes to the combat, but the combat hasn't been a problem at all. It's been pretty entertaining so far. And like figuring out how all the different dialogue choices can just vary vastly moving forward through the game, and it can affect things. Is it KOTOR 1 or 2? Are you playing? I'm playing KOTOR 1 right now. Ooh, you get the star map. Trying to find the dragon on Skywalker Planet. Dude, hell yeah, Dalton. That sounds dope, man. Alright, so I think we're gonna go from... Oh, we can't go from the injector to the container. I guess we got 3 in the container right now. Okay. Fuel injector. Bro, this is tough. Because if I gotta... Dude, I don't even know how to do this. I'm gonna be honest. What up, you Umeric? What I missed? Oh, dude, so I'm doing this like fuel injector deal. When it comes to dealing with that, I don't know. I think it was like an underwater shark on my way to the star map, and it's got me filling these injector and container pods, and it's basically just another puzzle. So we gotta get exactly, I think, 4 million in the container pod, and you're filling either 5 million at a time or 3 million. And it's like, you gotta dump, you gotta fill, you gotta transfer. But yeah, I'm basically just trying to figure out how this thing works. It's like, I know injector pod would be 3, but like I could never get 2 to get 3. No, I'd have to get 1. Container pod. Here's my idea. Transfer to injector. Start with both empty, then fill container. Transfer to injector. Empty injector. Transfer to injector. Shit. Okay. Let me just dump. I'm literally just gonna follow that whole thing. Just dump it all. Start fresh. Alright, so now we need to fill container. Transfer to injector. Empty injector. Transfer to injector. Fill container and transfer to injector once more. Oh, bet, Prince? Okay, then fill container. Transfer to injector once more. Magic number is 4. Oh, failure? Warning, warning, warning? Oh, it's just going straight into it? Oh shit, thank you so much, Prince, let's go! Dude, hell yeah, let's go, man. I appreciate the help, dude. I would have eventually figured it out. It just would have took me a minute. You believed, LOL. Yeah, but what happens now? Do I just walk across this thing? Dude. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta save, man. There we go. You said we all believed you, but no, a little help never hurt. That's true. That's true. Let's go. Now I'm curious to see where this even takes us. Oh my gosh, there's the big one. It allows you to pass. Oh, the KOTOR harvesting machine? That's all they give a shit about? Alright. Okay, well. And there's our star map, guys. Oh boy. Dude, there we go. Spacewalks like this are so much better next game. Dude, hell yeah. Oh, right into it. No, it's underwater, but same thing. Yeah, yeah. I'm in a big ass suit. And it's like you're just slow as shit running through, man. There we go. Uh-oh. Showing us the way. Guys, this is the way. Dude, what else is it? I'm confused on what it's showing us. What's going on? Supremo. What a username. Dude, welcome to the stream, man. Ever played KOTOR before? First time. First time playing through. Yo. Found the dragon? Bro, let's go. Yo, thank you so much for the like on the live. Let's go, dude. Oh, yeah. I got a lot to get used to, but it's been a different game, that's for sure. Well, I do have an upgrade. Bro, I might just stick it into Persuade. Grenades, demolitions. My awareness is only 6. Said, oh. Wait, he used it, but it didn't go through. What? Hold on, he used the command, but it didn't switch it. I wonder if there's a way I can refresh this thing. It's a treat injury for better heals. Gotcha, Ben. Alright, bet. Gotta dominate mind. Dude, I really wish we had the destroy droid ability right now. We got force wave. I could grab the throw lightsaber ability. Dude, your persuade is jacked. Dale. It is, man. It is. Welcome to the stream, dude. I always go computer and repair for HK and T3 dialogues. I might just toss in the throw lightsaber. And then we can upgrade to advanced throw lightsaber, which I like being able to do that, because then you can attack from distance. Over back in the day, remember killing them and getting clapped over. That sounds great. Dude, that's what I was thinking, Ben. Welcome to the stream, man. Or welcome back, I should say. Dude, okay, so you were also saying treat injury. Bet. Dude, yeah. I think we'll be all right with some of that. I mean, that's our build too. It's our first time playing through. Yo, what up, Duke? Welcome to the stream, man. Playing this too. You're on the Star Forge. You're completely dark side, dude. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm doing a light side playthrough. So do you have heal power? I do. And I just found my final star map here. You already beat it on light side already? Dude, hell yeah. My goal's to... Oh, whenever I finish this game, I'll hop into KOTOR 2 and do a dark side playthrough. And so I basically, you know, so this was a light side playthrough, now I'm gonna play the other game, dark side, and see what that's like. Can I just like, and he probably can't fast travel, can I? Nope. Well, I'm pretty sure we found what we needed. Let me go, a quest for the Star Forge. You discovered the last, yep. Okay, so I did that. Alright, we're good. We're good. So dude, hell yeah, final one located. Another warrior joins the fellowship. Let's go. Thank you so much for the follow, Duke. Let's go, man. Hell yeah. Wait, Dalton, if you are in chat right now, try the command, see if it works. So you're attacking the dragon. Oh. Yo, dude, let's go, Dalton. Dang it, it's not working. Or no. It was exclamation point blinker. It's exclamation point blinker. There it is. And then it'll start flashing my lights. And so the goal is to basically extend this command on, and it'll bring up some other stuff, and then eventually switch us right back to our live scene to end it. But it's a whole command I got working on. And basically, what's gonna happen is I will have only, so Dalton will be the only one who gets access, and he gets to use it once per stream, every stream. That's gonna be his command, and he can call it in at any point in the stream. I knew this was gonna happen. He's a Paxton, yo, another Dalton in the wild. It's crazy. Oh shit, dude. But yeah, like it's gonna be really cool. Let's see what happens here. I feel like it's gonna hit again. While Dalton has appeared. Another one. We got another one. Dude, I think we can just roll on back. There it goes. There it is. I can't blink though. I can't blink. I can't blinker. I'll hydrate. How about that? We'll see what happens here. Dude, that is crazy though. So I think that's all.
We saw what you did out there on the cameras. Destroying the machinery was the right thing to do.
Guys,
for everyone. That creature, the giant Faraxton shark, the guardian of the Kolto or whatever it was, seems to have calmed down a lot. It may even be safe to go outside now, but we'll stay here and wait for the Republic rescue crews. Thank you for not making a huge mistake.
What was straight ahead? Oh, he's got a breathe mask. Now, where's this take us? Sea floor?
No problem.
Said you're 43 LOL. Like, who was Dalton first? Dude, I love this conversation you guys got going.
Didn't work.
Yo, I can't believe I've been rocking the old school graphics this whole time. Do you guys know, does this game look a lot better on, like, the PC version? So what's this me playing on? You're gonna ask me. Oh, so if I go back here, we are running this off of my OG Xbox, which I got some gum on top of, but we're rocking the OG Xbox, man. I even got my my Duke controller. Dude, yeah. I was just flipping the camera around, showing off the console. That's all. Dude, yeah. So we're on a pretty old console. I still have two of them, but I haven't hooked them up in a long time. Gotcha, dude. Hell yeah. I've got so like right now I just have got the original Xbox. I've got an Xbox 360. I've got an Xbox. I got the newer Xbox One, which I don't even use the Xbox One anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I used to play Xbox all the time, and then eventually built a PC, and then I started gaming on PC, and things have just changed ever since. So now it's like I got all these Xbox consoles. I still do want to get the Nintendo 64 though. Like my goal is to basically have all the old consoles I grew up with. So I want to have the N64, got the original Xbox, and then it was Xbox 360. So like now I've got that whole, the whole family of Xbox consoles basically. And then the Nintendo 64 is like the very first thing I grew up on back in the day. So like I want to get all those consoles and then basically just go through these different universes. I've been bouncing from universe to universe. So I started off grinding nothing but Lord of the Rings. That was from like October to May 4th, and then May 4th I've switched over to Star Wars. And dude, I'm just trying to, I do this thing from time to time where I will watch a series. So like I'll go through, watch all Star Wars movies and shows in chronological order. And then I'm basically just doing something similar with that, but with video games within the universe. Dalton knows. I was like, Dalton knows what the command is. He knows it. He knows it. Good, Dalton. I wanted you to abuse that tonight. It's his given right. I told him he could do it tonight. Because tomorrow we finish the rest of our command that we're working on. Dalton's going with it now, man. I'll hydrate to that. How about that? Yes, and so normally it won't be this often. Normally, oh wait, hold up. We got action real quick. We actually have something happening here. Nah, dude, you're good. You're good. Oh, I find it hilarious. Watch this, watch this, watch this. It's like, you can still see my screen though, right? I still got the lights going off. That's crazy. We had a situation here. I was just wanting to clear this out real quick. Wait, they're gone? Hold up.
What? Sure.
Guys, why'd they disappear? Can't see the game, only side view. You and your, wait, what? What? If we go back like that, what are you talking about? Refresh that. But like, I was telling him to do it because it's like the one night that the command's gonna be broken. There it is. So I'm like, hey, we might as well have fun with it, you know? What up, Joe Fresh? What's going on, man? I was taking just like real small hits earlier, just saying. Now I'm just drinking some water. Oh, it wasn't your logo, it's our chat. Gotcha. See what happens. The Kendra can verify. You're gonna clock my pin? That's funny. Okay. I basically just need to return to the submarine. So you have to give time in between. That's just why I'll stay hydrated too. That helps. The impatience is strong with me. What up, our rocks? Star Wars Jedi Knight? Question mark? This is Knights of the Old Republic. What's going on, Connor? He said no, not this time. Just playing for fun, showing my kid the game. Sweet. KOTOR, oh yeah. No, KOTOR has been an absolute blast. It's been my first ever playthrough on it. We could just go right back. Forgot I looted all this already. But I mean, it's like, I think it's kind of right around that time, right? As like Star Wars Jedi Knight, unless that was later on. Like some of these games I've never even played, but like I grew up with Star Wars Episode 3 on original Xbox. I also played Star Wars The Clone Wars at a friend's house, so like I kind of grew up with those two. Submersible, yes, let's go. Let's go back up. Dude, so we just got our final star map. I think, I don't even know what happens next. Yeah, Alex, there was. And that's a game I'm actually looking at getting, trying to get hard copy. And yeah, Kevin, exactly what you're saying, man. Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Starting Empire. Yep. Hell yeah.
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost.
There we go,
Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility?
Alright. Selketh did go insane. That was like...
What did they do?
That's what we saw down there, man. Down in the station underwater. They just all went mad. And I think it was just that machine that was causing them to go crazy. Killed almost everyone on the station. Yeah.
They killed everyone? And the mercenaries we sent later? It's horrible.
Dude, it was insane. It was actually a bloodbath down there. I remember playing that one. It was cool, dude.
Something was down there?
Yeah,
living
if
in the
you
rift
guys
by the
know
Kolto?
more of those games around that time, let me know. I'm running it off an original Xbox, so just throw out OG Xbox games, Star Wars.
It's horrible.
Let
the
me
entire
know.
operation wasted by a disaster
Shadow
we
the
could
Great,
never in
welcome to the
1,000
stream,
years
man.
have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself?
Forgot all
Were there
about
any
this.
survivors?
What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors? Few scientists.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damaged?
Yep.
No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need.
Yep.
And for that,
Yeah,
thank
we
you.
did our job there.
And did you end
can't
up
be
finding your
upset,
star
man.
map? As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together again in the future.
Oh, sweet. We got some XP. Don't mind if I save, guys. Dude, you guys wouldn't believe the storms that we were having here earlier tonight. I went live for I don't know if it was like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then power just went out for a solid hour and a half. And then we just kept getting rain after rain after rain. Like I think we ended up with like an inch and a half. Dread, you said, are you doing the trial side quest? So I already did. You're talking about the Sunry case? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, so I think I'm actually done here. A quest for the Star Forge. You've discovered the last of the star maps and now have the hyperspace coordinates that will lead you to the Star Forge and a final confrontation with Malik. You only hope you aren't too late. Oh shit, guys, this is gonna be it, isn't it? Gotta always remember to manually save in this game, like in Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Dude, don't. So, Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, I was lucky because I ran it on an emulator on my PC, since I think I was running like a PlayStation 2 emulator. But I never had it for my Xbox because I got my Xbox after I was at that point of playing that game. So that game was played on an emulator, and I was able to just save my state every time, so I didn't have to like really save. You can lose some serious progress if you're not careful. Gotcha. Dang. Or BG3. Can I just fast travel? No, I can't. Alright, here we go. Oh, what's going on? So good with like a word. LOL? Oh boy? Your detection a number of underwater detonations coming from the vicinity of the hacker rift. Oh, please don't investigate me. Come on now. This is gonna be like the third time. You haven't known that have asked questions about this in our spy monitors. Or did you leave it as submersible and descend into the hacker rift? You will come with us immediately to answer for your actions, or we will be forced to take you by force. Cool. Okay, 2-star maps down, Sith Academy planet left. Oh, dang, Dalton, let's go, dude. Black H Prime, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Love this game so much, one of my favorite games, dude. Hell yeah. Let's go, dude. I just found my final star map. So this is KOTOR 1, and I've been doing a light side playthrough. And my plan is once I beat the game, move on to KOTOR 2, and I'll just do a dark side playthrough. Dude, I've been loving the lore and the whole backstory of this game, man, with Malik, Revan. I can't wait to see what KOTOR 2 brings with the plot, and to see like the whole backstory kind of unfold. Dude, Alex, thank you so much for liking the live, man. Hard time explaining your role. You determined that you are responsible for the detonations that occurred near the hacker rift. We demand to know what occurred down there. The Republic has broken its neutrality treaty with us. Your precautions shall be very great indeed. Ooh, what have you done to the rift? Oh shit. The explosions were at the research station both our governments set up there. I could lie. This says we're trying to collapse the Hackered Rift. Force persuade. Don't. Yeah, what up, Alex? He said, "Oh, yeah, Ray. That is my bad, man. I missed that message." But yeah, this is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Dalton, I will cheers, man. Dalton, you were saying KOTOR 2's BBGs is dope. Which is, you love Revan. These dudes cool as fuck. Dude, hell yeah. Like, was it Darth Sion? That dude looks pretty sick. I bet that guy can, yeah, that dude's gotta be powerful as fuck. Dude, I'm just kind of like reading through these so fast, skipping. They just take forever to get through. Silence. These guys are just basically bickering over here at each other. What's happened to the research station? What caused the explosions? The machinery had woken up a giant fire axe and shark. So if you like philosophical, oh shit, deconstructions of radiant objectivism, you're going to love KOTOR too. All right. So their language is not the greatest thing to listen to, dude. Yeah, true. All right, giant fire axe. How about that? Possible. It's only a legend. He said he killed it, didn't he? He killed the shark human? Yep, well, I'm just telling them the truth, man. Honestly. I have no reason to lie to these guys. If it is the life bringer and the ancestor of our species, think of what this could mean. It always layered there, then perhaps the Kulto. Uh-oh. Here we go. Alright. This, I believe, will require more thought, both on your actions and what we must do in response. Oh my gosh. We did the right thing! We did a good thing! Oh. Can't wait till you see 10 plus Rancors. Oh my gosh. Dude, that sounds crazy, Alex. Talking about the fish people. Thank you for the destruction of the machinery and serving the giant fire axe, which we believe is the source of our Kulto. We will not detain you any longer while we cannot show our gratitude overly. Know that you have earned our respect. Alright. Next planet's crazy, you're saying? Yo, Antonio, he said started my KOTOR and SWTOR journey this past week. Dude, hell yeah. How's that going? Dude, this has been an absolute blast. I mean, combat to me is not my favorite, but it's honestly still fun. Still fun enough to keep me going. And then dude, the story, the plot, like it's been such a good, solid playthrough on a game. It's got really interesting lore it feels like a bunch of lore tie-in stuff, and I'm assuming that they are counting this as canon, so like I'm just trying to take everything in with it being in the Star Wars universe, because like I know absolutely nothing about the Old Republic. Alright, and then I should just be pretty much good to go back to ship. So can't wait for the remake whenever they freaking finish it. Right. One does not simply ignore the like button. Yo, thank you so much for the likes. Wait until you play the next game. Dude, the beacons, Kevin, a Gondor lit. Wait for KOTOR 2. I have the hard copy here and I want to play it so bad. A Gondor lit. The Monster SV, you said question for you, sir. Are you playing with higher resolution? The beacons, a Gondor lit. I am not, unfortunately. I can show you what I'm playing on. The beacons, a Gondor lit. I'm playing on my Xbox, my original Xbox here. And it basically feeds into my capture card on my PC. But like that's what I've been running. And then, dude, I got the OG Duke controller. So, dude, it's been an absolute blast on the original Xbox. It just doesn't look as good though. I mean, it's gonna be the downside. Honestly, the only real way to play KOTOR 2 is on PC with the restored content mod. Got you, Dread. It's the best Star Wars game. Candrace and HK are worth the price alone. Dude, HK, hell yeah. I fucking love HK, man. The only droid to run with. What up, Chef? Waiting for the next game grind? Dude, hell yeah. I'm excited for KOTOR 2. I think I basically just go to my star map, but Yo, what up, Faz? Bro, you liking it? Dude, yes. Hell yes. The story with Revan and Malik has just been insane. Like, everything that's happened has been crazy to me. And I knew absolutely nothing about the Old Republic until basically this game. So this has been teaching me a lot. I'm doing light side, and I think I'm coming close to the end here on KOTOR 1, and then I'm gonna start up KOTOR 2 after I beat this, and then do a dark side playthrough, and just make some of the worst decisions I possibly can. So the story in 2 is a lot better. Characters are a lot more complex. Gotcha. What color lightsabers? With my guy, what was I even running? Red and what? Red and a green. I guess that's what I got going. Said I like that. Stormtroopers helmets for styled after the Mandalorian Neo Crusaders. Dude, sick. Christmas colors, basically, yeah. Festive, man. Festive. Even though the game glitches a little bit when I do that inside. He's just gonna twirl. And then you press it enough times and he like starts to glitch out a little bit. Oh, no way. We'll just spin him around. Oh, I thought maybe if I actually hold it down. No, that doesn't even make a difference. Okay. You just gotta spam that. I wanted to see what's our coordinates. Okay. So guys, one does not simply ignore the like button. Yo, thank you so much for the likes coming through over there on YouTube. Let's go. But guys, unfortunately, so I got started late tonight, having the power out, but I do actually have to go ahead and kind of wind down for the night. My plan is to we'll go live again tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and I gotta look at my calendar. Yeah, so tomorrow's Friday. Friday we'll go late. So I'll start at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and I'll probably run a lot later and maybe do like till 11 or even midnight. Dalton coming through with the blinker. It's gonna be another warrior joins the fellowship. Let's go. So thank you so much for the follow, Pooper Scooper. Let's go, dude. But yeah, Dalton. I mean, I am gonna go to bed, so that's kind of the plan, though. I am currently live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. All you guys have to do is look up iAchieve or iAchieve and you guys will find me. I'm also posting clips daily on TikTok and YouTube. But yeah, guys. So Alex, you're saying Paxton message me if you're full dark side later. Ooh, dude. That sounds pretty sick, Alex. Hell yeah. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much for tuning into the stream. Tomorrow night, we're gonna beat this game tomorrow night. I'm telling you right now. We're gonna beat this game tomorrow night, and then we might even hop into KOTOR 2. But like that's gonna be my plan moving forward, guys. Fans coming through with that exclamation point blinker. He's running it. He's running it. He's going the 3 and the 2, but it's like a delayed 3, 2. Put the tunes on, guys. Said Malik ain't nothing to laugh at. Be prepared for a fight, dude. I'm kind of terrified. But yeah, dude, that's gonna be the play moving forward. I'm pumped. We got more to do here. We're gonna defeat Malik, bro. Defeat Malik and then see what KOTOR 2 has in store tomorrow. Dude, I'm excited. Probably take your whole next stream to finish this one. That's okay. I'll hold you on your word, and then that means KOTOR 2 we start up next week. Malik ain't ready. Dude, let's go, guys. Okay, I am gonna go ahead and hop out of here, guys. Everyone have a great night, and I'll catch everyone tomorrow night. You guys are going crazy. Oh shit.